For Footscray, the 1994 season began in turmoil and ended with a cruel twist of fate. But in between, there were plenty of memorable performances, courageous fightbacks and thumping victories, which saw the Bulldogs emerge as legitimate contenders for the premiership. And of course, there was Dougie. 1994 will be remembered as the year Doug Hawkins broke Ted Whitten's record.
Strong mark taken by Grant to Atkins. Good forward play. Sexton now has the mark. Sexton for his second goal. It's pretty good. And a goal. Looking for options across the forward line. Sexton moving around. Goes back again. And two players unmarked in midfield. They can play on. This is Krill. He takes a run. Long kick with the wind. That could just about be a goal. And is.
The pack flies. Mooney was there. Kapler, they charge in after it. Darcy was there. Now racing in the goal for Footscray is Smith, and he slammed it through. Good play.
For Sydney by Brad Seymour, the local.
Now here's Wheeler. Wheeler at half-back goes inside with a hand pass to McRae, a clever hand pass to Dunkley. Now Kapler. Kapler's a booming kick. He straightens up, thumps it in a goal, and Darren Kapler has kicked it.
Fluffy clouds building overhead, providing some shade. Maybe getting ready for a storm later on. Thorpe, hot in those long sleeves. West has to get round two Sydney Swans players. Eventually kicks it to the man on the mark, gets another go, kicks it goal, and puts it through.
Well, the Bulldogs hanging in there. Oh, there's a big thump by Grigich. Thorpe again. Well played, Alan Thorpe. Nice hand pass to Atkins. A chance for another one from 40 metres. Simon Atkins, yes! Another one to the Bulldogs. Sanford Wheeler flies. Can't take it. Oh, well done with a lovely hand pass for Footscray by Allen. Further afield it comes. It's Alan Thorpe races in the goal. Yes, another one to the Bulldogs. 9 points the margin. Again, we're having a close game in the Foster's Cup competition. Scores are level. The Swans need to get the next goal because Footscray full of running. Croft smothered off the boot. Umpire called play on. Mooney. Now the Bulldogs again. Scott West from 65 metres in towards full forward. This might clear the pack for a goal. Yes, it does.
The season began on the 26th of February with a trip to Wagga, but the Dogs returned to Melbourne with their tails between their legs, suffering a humiliating loss to 1993 Wooden Spooners Sydney.
To get beaten by Sydney was, not an embarrassment, nothing against Sydney, but we should have probably went up there and won the game. And it was a game that I was glad I missed out on, as a matter of fact.
The loss to the Swans in country New South Wales before the season wasn't cause for panic. But sure enough, the Bulldogs came out firing against Richmond at home, piling on 10 goals to 4 in the first half. The Tigers came back after the break and almost stole the game, booting 6 goals to 1 in the last term. Footscray scraping home by 2 points.
Going at half-time, I think we're about 30 or 40 points up, and to Richmond's credit, they absolutely fought back brilliantly, and I think young Richardson might have kicked 7 or 8 goals, and he played a very good game, matter of fact, and I think they're on ballers in Knights, and Campbell was playing very well as well. But no, the boys held on for a 2-point win, which was very relieving.
Barry Stanfield. Now, he should give a short one here. He does. That's a beautiful kick to half forward. Taken by Credior. Credior into Croft, and he marks it well. It plays on, races in the goal. That's good football, and he's put it through.
Relief became despair at Geelong, with Footscray continuing its woeful record against the Cats. Ablett booted 7, while the Bulldogs were kept goalless in the last term to go down by a demoralising 88 points. The club responded by sacking coach Terry Wheeler.
There's Tim Costa, and he puts it through for a good goal. Colbert, now Liberatore. Umpire calls play on as Liberatore gets it to Costa. Kim Costa, South Adelaide recruit, down towards Thorpe. Now a chance for Alan Thorpe. Can he pick it up? He's got it. Onto the left boot. Swings it in towards goal. It bounces, and it's a great goal to the left footer. There's Higley to mark. To Bairstow. In toward Ablett. Oh! Now, did that come?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with the fact that, you know, the way the club sort of handled things, to be totally honest. But anyway, I mean, that's a club's, the club's problem, I suppose you could say. But no, it was a disappointing game. I remember Gary Ablett kicked about 7 or 8 goals, and I think it was Danny Southern's second game of league football, and it's a game I'll never forget, playing on the great man himself, Gary Ablett. But no, they were very strong and played very well, and it cost Footscray their coach, I suppose, when you look at it. I mean, if we won the game, you know, the Wolves would have probably been there the following week against Collingwood at the MCG.
What can the Bulldogs produce today? A very lacklustre effort last week against Geelong. They're absolutely mutilated out of the centre.
Alan Joyce had the unenviable task of taking over a team he knew little about and leading them into battle against Collingwood at the G.
Kicks into Sexton. Chance for the Woods now. Rocker onto his left foot, takes the hand pass and goals. Pert goes hard at the ball. Again, Collingwood with the numbers. Brown in trouble. Kick off the ground. That's a goal. Kick by Steve Collingwood.
Grant and Pert over the top. Reynolds hooks it behind. Liberatore to Allen. Can he snap a goal? Yes, he can.
Rocker kicks it to the man on the mark. Pretty.
That's a shocking decision.
That is a bad one. That is a bad one.
It's under the armpit of the man who tackled.
No, that is a bad decision. That's a shocker.
Butcher favoured by the bounce. Well done by Southern. Pushed him off the ball. Hunter again. Feeds it back. Sexton, who had a terrible start. Rocker got 4 early goals on him. Thorpe, oh, what a clever mark. The one-hander. Nonchalantly plays on. Collingwood. Can he score from here? Well, he can. And this is Cameron behind. Liberatore has it now about 60 metres from goal. Back to Cameron. Measures the kick from right on the 50. It slides across the face. Hawkins at the second attempt and the third. Still he goes after the ball. Allen across his body, snaps and kicks it.
The Bulldogs almost pulled off an upset, but inaccurate kicking proved costly, and they went down by a point.
55 metres out, 50 and closing. Goes at goal. What a terrific kick for full points.
You know, probably the Winston Sonata came down here, and then from that point onwards to get to know the faces and put a name to them was probably my biggest problem area as a coach. I'd never had that before. But we got through that, and we, you know, went to the MCG on that particular day, and you know, the players reacted very well, and you know, we got beaten by a kick, and I thought, you know, their performance on the day was excellent.
Well, I'd imagine there's a lot of players that Alan wouldn't even have known. You know, there'd probably a few senior guys. You know, Steve Wallace, Steve McPherson, you know, Tony Liberatore, of course, the club captain Scotty Wine, and myself. There wouldn't have been too many more that Alan would have, you know, might have heard their names, but not maybe even seen them. So I suggested Alan to get a team photo and put it on the back of his toilet door. So he could, when he goes to the toilet, he can just sit there and go, that's him, that's him, that's him. So, as a matter of fact, Alan came along, and I heard a few rumours that he, you know, didn't joke too much and, you know, very, very intense about his football, but I found him totally different.
Maybe playing as a loose man in defence and followed the play up.
A snap by Grigich for a goal. And the fan, Grigich again! 2 sensational goals!
There was no joy for the new coach at his first home game, with Wayne Kerry dominating for North Melbourne.
Good effort. Very good effort by...
Kick by Smith. Oh, Grigich got a glove to that as well. All yell the crowd. Nothing doing. Hawkins has got it 45 metres out.
No opposition against Geelong 2 weeks ago.
Hawkins, 49 metres out. Terrific goal.
McKernan in front, couldn't take the mark. Trying to crash his way through. Now eventually it comes through to Costa. Costa shoots for goal. Up towards full forward. Dug it! Roberts, big punch from behind. Gather now by Southern. He's caught. Gets the handball away for Grant. Grant still got it. Somehow got his foot to it. Look at this! Goal of the day!
The Dogs were 2 goals up at half-time, But a 7-goal-to-1 third term by the Roos set up a 13-point win.
Carey, look out!
What a mark! What a mark. What a player. Mark number 8 to Wayne Carey. Oh, Bernie, that is just superstar stuff. Carey kicks a goal. Thank you, folks.
Once again, we got our game going fairly well all day, and we were playing fairly competitive football, in that period, and that was the thing that I was looking for. I wasn't getting disheartened by those couple of losses, and the expectation of the club were very good, and we just worked together, and the players, we just had that period where the players had to get to know what I was about and where I was coming from, and I had to get to know and bring the two of the things together.
Osborne and Ben Hart. Osborne quickly onto his boot, shrugs the tackle, goes for goal, and he may have put it through.
Footscray went to Adelaide on a mission to prove they could win and win well. The Crows led by 15 points at the first change, but then the Dogs ran rampant in the second quarter, piling on 9 goals to no score.
So Footscray have had all the play in the second quarter. Grant gets his second. Footscray in attack. Wren wins it. Very congested in there. Colonyuk over the ball. He gets it out somehow. Crediuk for goal. Close. I think he's kicked it.
And Scott West, a good kick to the front of the square. No mark taken. Kick was by Stanfield. There's another goal to Footscray.
A long kick to the goal square. Osborne spoiled by Osborne. He's still a chance. 15 metres out. Another one. Great kick by Osborne. Another chance. He was in front. He's still got a chance. He paddles it back. West has been a top player. Blind hand pass grabbed by Anderson. Anderson across the half-back line. Still danger. Grant. Now, Chris Grant is 55 metres out. He is not the world's longest kick, and this may test him even with the breeze at his back. But Adelaide haven't taken it forward of... I don't think they've ventured forward of half forward in this quarter.
Mark's Bixley in trouble. He's coming off. Is he?
Oh, Grant's kick is a ripper. A pearler. Well, I've underestimated him. What a goal.
Well, Footscray a chance again. Liberatore goes wide. Costa in towards full forward. Osborne punched away, but he gathers. Onto the right foot goes Richard Osborne. Oh. It's another goal to the Bullies. Raining goals for Footscray at Football Park. They've kicked their 11th with 2.5 minutes left. Osborne has kicked 3.
Footscray kept Adelaide at bay for the rest of the match. Alan Thorpe booting 5.
The tackle. On the edge of the square, all Footscray. Thorpe can walk in.
Expecting the teammate to get it. When he doesn't, the man's left behind.
Thorpe, point blank range. Goal.
Gets it to Southern. Southern's run from the full back line, remembering that he kicked out from the recent behind. In the goal square, Libba! He's got it! Steve Wallace combines with his fellow experienced player in Hunter. Away goes Scott West, gets onto that left foot, kicking towards the forward line, and Thorpe, who's been, a bit of a surprise packet for Footscray. Well, this will make the margin exactly the same as it was at half-time if he can kick a goal. And that's exactly what he did. Punched away from Groom by Stanfield. Rebounds to Liberatore. Lovely hand pass to Crediuk. Crediuk goes wider still to Robbie West. West in towards full forward. Covers the two players. And look, the race is on here. Costa off the ground. Oh, what's he done? It's a goal.
A lot of people just said, look, you've got no hope, and we knew deep down that we were playing good footy. We just went and putting the score on the board, and we just went over there, just played very good football all day, and never gave them a sniff all day. So we've come back very happy, and then when we got back to the airport, there was probably about 50 or 60 people there, and that just shows the amount of support there is for the club, I suppose, and all the dedicated people out there who just, I suppose, love the club. But
I missed that game. It was the only game I missed all year, and it was in Adelaide. And it would have been lovely to be over there, watching about 20 or 30,000 Crow just walking off halfway through the last quarter. What a great feeling.
The Bears stuck with the Scrays for the first half, but the Bulldogs cruised to victory after the long break. Alan Thorpe's 4 goals and 3 from Ilya Grigic set up a 37-point win.
We really started, to get the game together and had a very good, confidence builder against Brisbane that particular day, and out here particularly. We hadn't played here for a while, and it was a good game for us. And Ilya again, played very good footy.
Too high was the tackle. Play goes on. Liberatore up towards full forward. Bouncing ball, very awkward for the players to control. Dyson taken by Thorpe. Thorpe gets it back to Costa. Costa's kick is not bad. That's a goal. Grigic and Steins. Grigic gets it down. White, kick off the ground by Grigic is a goal. Great stuff by Big Ilya. Looking for Grant, punched away but brilliantly picked off by Hawkins. Goes back to Crediuk. Hunter maybe wasn't waiting for that. Mark Hunter's able to recover his situation. Then kick ordinarily. Grigic, can he get his second? Big Ilya, he's happy, it's a goal.
Stops and props, all bad turnover here. Yates didn't quite go right on with it. Yates held it up for a moment, kicks to half forward. Lyon was there. Doyle's handball goes backwards. Neats's handball pretty good. Viney goes for goal from the pocket. Good kick. And drills it through. Stanfield. Hawkins barges through, but taken off him. Viney. Tingay pulled off and unlucky not to get a free kick. Schwartz took a long time to get rid of it. Costa caught underneath it. Back towards Sexton. Liberatore went without it. Looked for a free kick. A squeezing a kick out of there would have been Tingay. Front spot to Lovell to Schwartz. Schwartz should go around and kick a goal. Well, he squeezes it out to the left and gets to Neats.
The gatherers by Crediuk. He gets it to Stanfield. Stanfield goes to Cameron. Cameron blindly blasts away and gets a goal. Lovell gathers 50 metres from goal, goes to the square. Which way will it bounce? Gary Lyon gets a foot to it, and that is a great goal. That really is terrific stuff by Lyon.
Then runs the corridor with a bounce from centre half back. Good shepherding and enables him to get away and bang it back to centre half forward. Big fly by Grant. Good take by Grant. Takes forever to get his kick away. Goes for goal. Wonderful football. Outstanding. Towards the boundary line, still in play. Colin-Hughes kick towards centre half forward. Yates, West, well played West. He was out of position and ripped it away from Yates. Plays on quickly to Hunter inside, should kick a goal. The captain for the day goes back and drills it through. 7-5 to 9-9. Striking distance of Melbourne. It's been about a 3-goal margin for most of the game. Viney gives it away. Cameron outside 50, swings it back, chance here for Grigic, takes it on his chest. Surely shouldn't miss, goes from 25 metres and puts it through. Grigic has got 2 second-half goals.
Cameron, sweeping hand pass. Chance now for Watts. Good kick by that player. Straight down towards full forward, Grigic. And
Brilliant performances by Ilya Grigic and Leon Cameron helped give Footscray a thrilling victory over Melbourne at the MCG in round 8. Grigic showed great courage and versatility to kick 6, with Cameron dominating in midfield.
Neil Baum swinging the changes. Schwartz missed a tough ball. Takes a good tackle on Watts. Has got him. Holding it. Lets loose with a long, high one. A great looking kick. He's got it.
not too bad. Here's a chance for Cameron. Cameron goes long to the goal front. No mark taken. Chance for Thorpe. Thorpe paddles it in front. Then gets onto the left foot. Oh, it's a goal anyway. It's Grigic or Thorpe. Schwartz, handball over the top. Grinter, got past, was tripped. Advantage paid. Was there any free kick? No. Tingay goes on with it. And Tingay gets the goal. Melbourne are back in front.
Grinter's kick wasted. Hunter's left-hand handball to Reynolds. Reynolds chips away, gets Liberatore, just a little far again. It's twice Reynolds has missed his mark. Cameron, well, he's going to go all the way himself. Running into a bad angle, kicks the goal! The Doggies have got a little break for the first time in the match.
And I think, that particular day he got caught in the first minute of the game. at the first bounce, got badly caught. We strapped him up, put him down the goal square, or put him down the forward pocket. Stanfield went on the ball, did very well on their ruck situation, and he kicked 6 out of the pocket and did it particularly well, which was, you know, probably that gave us the impetus to win that game in the last few minutes, and it was good to turn the Collingwood thing around.
Has a second grab at it. Little, what would you call that, a tunnel baller? Mark Hunter shrugs the tackle, gets past, goes for goal! Mark Hunter! Goal Bullies!
The Western Oval turned on what should have been a perfect day for Footscray and a nightmare for the Eagles. Squally, unpredictable winds made skillful footy almost impossible.
Charging forward. In towards goal goes Quill. Started on the interchange bench, but he pushes it across the face. Ball going to be kept in play. Can they get clear? Yes, they can. Osborne with his new club. Has he kicked the goal? It's coming back. I think he has.
But West Coast played brilliantly in the conditions, showing the Dogs some new tricks.
Eagles forward. A sweeping hand pass to accommodate Hart. He can bounce his way down to the half-forward line. 10 seconds remaining. The Eagles inside 50. Godden will have to take a mark at the back. Heady may soccer off the ground. He does.
Going into the game, I really believed it was a great opportunity for us to beat them because we're playing out in the windy day at the Western Oval, and I suppose the conditions suited us more than them, but they seemed to handle the conditions very well. And of course, Mick Malthouse had been here 6 years and probably knows the ground back to front, and I imagine most of the players in the Footscray side. But they did play very well that day, and they're a very good side, the West Coast Eagles.
Kernahan lived up to his name when Footscray took on Carlton at Optus Oval, finding the big sticks 7 times. The Bulldogs actually led by 4 points at half-time, but a workmanlike performance from the Blues midfielders gave them a 12-point win.
Yeah, we had them. I thought we were well in control of that game, and it was just in the last quarter that they got us, and it was another game that was there to be won, and I think it was very significant to me that over that early period that we were in touch with every side, even though we were beaten on a number of occasions, we were still in touch with them.
This is Jason Watts to the centre of the ground. Jenky disciplined play to Taylor.
The Dogs got a hiding from Hawthorn at Waverley, with Jason Dunstall almost unstoppable. He booted 10 goals after Ben Sexton did his shoulder, which put him out for the rest of the season.
Doug Hawkins.
Just unfortunate there's 2 big men in the side. They've got to share the ruck equally.
Doug Hawkins for the Bulldogs first, and I think he has snuck this one in. He has.
The Hawks booted 5 every quarter, holding the Scraggers to 2 goals after half-time.
Giving it away here to Smith, who came off the bench in the first quarter and snaps a great goal.
Not a score or a goal in this the second half.
Rowan Smith, long kick up towards the square. Grant, a brilliant mark. So Chris Grant for his third from directly in front, and it's a goal.
Hawthorn was a bad one for us. It was we probably had 3 bad ones for the year, and that was one. That was the first one. And particularly against the side I'd coached. Our preparation was fairly good, but it was a bad day all round. Our on-field performance was poor. I thought our matchups were poor from a coaching point of view, and the day was a poor day as regards the overall football scene was concerned. As far as I was concerned, it was a real downer for us.
Back to Southern, hand pass. Could have put Atkins under a little bit of pressure, but he gets clear.
Good play by the Bulldogs, and now there are a chance, some good teamwork going on. Here's Croft. In towards Grant. That's a good kick. Oh, is that 50? Could be 50.
Back at Waverley for the 2nd week in a row, the critics predicted another belting for Footscray. However, the reigning premiers couldn't contain Chris Grant, who booted 5.
Beautiful kick for a goal.
That's a magnificent kick. Kicks up towards midfield. No mark taken. Cameron from Croft, who does the shepherding. That's a good kick at goal. Oh, ripper! Great goal!
With Barry Stanfield, Ilya Grigic and captain Scott Wind all fit, the Dogs played tall and matched up well against the Bombers. Although Simon Atkins, Leon Cameron and Steve Collingwood were also important contributors.
Wind again! Oh, yes! Oh, his height. And leading out, as Bernie Quinlan said, moving well, gets it to Atkins. Atkins kicks long. Grant. Oh, it's a goal. Another one to the Bulldogs. Croft is doing well. Gets it further afield. Here's Scott West. Down towards the big fella. Oh, he's got it again. Oh, boy, is he having a day. Scott Wine. He is directly in front. This would be a very handy one to the Bulldogs if he can kick it. Oh, it's close. It's a goal.
Still they come, and Libba going on with it with O'Donnell. This could develop into a Windy Hill type skirmish, a la 1974. And they come from everywhere. So a rather ugly incident here at Waverley. Southern getting into it.
Watson's down, thrown down by Southern.
Umpire Rowan Saws
They're all in.
keeping a very close look at this. This is Manton.
Whoa!
Great tackle, Colin. Oh, perfect tackle, you would suggest.
To goal.
He's got it, has he, Grant? Yes!
Quill chips it to Cameron. Danger here for the Bombers because Cameron sprints clear onto the left boot, brings it back in front of goal. There's two big players. Grant.
But he doesn't play on here.
Grant for goal number 4. Kicks and Chris Grant goals.
Cameron. On the right side to left footer. Kicks with his right foot. He's got a mark to the big fellow it is. Ilya's got it, the gloved one. He's got it. Up towards centre wing. O'Donnell underneath the ball. Couldn't take the mark. Flicked out the front. Cameron once more. Fires it out. Now it comes to Colin Yook. Away he goes. 2 bounces. 3 bounces. Still he goes. Tries a little short pass. Stanfield. And would be on the end of it. Grigic goes off the ground. Costa's there. The shepherding for the boy from Fish Creek. He puts it through. That's the sealer. Stanfield kicks the goal.
Well, here's Costa. He's very, very quick. Gets it to Grant. Grant thought about a handball. Oh, that is great play by Grant. As he finds Stanfield. Stanfield at 50 metres. Grant could have blazed away. Now he's going for goal. It's an open goal. This will swing back. It could be a goal to Stanfield. It is.
We were 5 and 6 to that stage, and it was, I suppose, a business end of the season where it was just in the middle, and we had to win a couple of games on a trot to sort of get ourselves close, or I suppose cement a spot in the final 8. And I suppose the good thing about that was it was close all day, and I suppose the third quarter, which is always a premiership quarter, we played very well, and I think we piled on about 6 or 7 goals perhaps, and we just took the game from there. So that was really pleasing for us.
Payback time. The Foster's Cup loss in Wagga was far from forgotten, and the Bulldogs let the Swans know it, dishing out an absolute hiding. Footscray led at every change and won by a massive 74 points.
You know, I think the senior players from that point onwards started to really play the type of football I was looking for. And as a new coach, that you set standards of what you want from them, and my standards for them, you know, they were coming to terms with it. You know, players that have played 200 games like Steve was having difficulty adapting to what I was wanting. And it was just in this sort of period we started to get that sort of response from them. And they started to understand where I was coming from and what my demands were.
Footscray didn't give its co-tenant at the Western Oval a warm welcome. The Dogs put on a flawless display against the Shell-Shock Lions, thrashing them by more than 100 points. Fitzroy managed just 3 behinds in the second half against 11 goals from the Bulldogs. Chris Grant booted 6.
Well, I think it was important for the confidence. I think we were going down. We were winning by 3s and 4s, winning by 12, losing by, 14 to 20 points. We weren't winning or losing by a great deal. We needed to give someone a belting, I suppose, in the true sense of going out there, and that's what we did against Fitzroy. And I think it just renewed the confidence in the players that once they got started and started to play well, like we did against Adelaide, that we could continue it on.
Down in the Grant direction. It's in short. Oh, Grigic has dropped it. Here's a chance though as Collingwood kicks a goal. And he's put it through.
3 wins in a row had moved Footscray from 10th on the ladder to 5th place. But the Tigers were hot, emulating Footscray's feat of beating Adelaide at Football Park. 50,000 people went to the MCG to see an old-fashioned battle of the suburbs match.
He's very, very quick. As Nathan Bauer towards the half-forward line. Over the back is Neil. That was good play. He sprints clear, kicks it long. Richardson in top position. And he goal!
Hits it. He's
Accidental goal. Accidental goal. He dropped the mark. It hit his boot and it's rolled through for a goal.
He wants to give it to Cameron. He does. Beveridge is in trouble. Cameron heads for home with a long kick towards Wine, and he takes the mark. Still no Hawk.
Should run out here and open up the goals.
Well, this is an important kick. This is a must goal. The Brownlow medalist has snug it home. Yes!
The kick from Hawkins, he's normally a good kick. Will it clear the pack? It won't. No, it's still in play, in fact, is it? Or did it clear the line? No, still called play on by the umpire. All the players stopped. Now we see a step and goal by Osborne. I reckon they all stopped then. Yes, a goal! Cameron has been very good. Brings it to the half-forward line. Fisted on. Here's a chance for Collingwood. He races into an open goal. Can he kick his third? He sprints onto the left foot and slams it through. 3 goals to the half-forward.
53 metres out. A drop punt that's high into the square. Waiting down Murphy. He's done it. Murphy gives chase, but he gets his kick. They want a mark, they want a goal so desperately, and they may just get it here. Back towards Osborne, but it eludes him. Campbell's kick is short, it goes straight to Hunter. 46 metres out, Hunter's kick is goal. The Dogs are back in it.
Chris Grant, an acute angle. Oh, he's kicked this across the face. Can Grigich take a mark? Yes, he can. The big fella. Up went the arms, he's going to kick them directly in front. But he might come good at the finish here. He'll kick them directly in front. 5 points the margin.
The Tigers holding off a late challenge from Footscray to win by just 3 points. Poor kicking for goal costing the Bulldogs victory.
Onto the left foot. Grant kicks. Oh, yes! Oh, one kick in it.
Yeah, it was the big fella at centre forward, Gale, that killed us that day. We just couldn't hold him, and he was the difference between the two sides. And again, it was a kick in it in the end, and we didn't have that kick, unfortunately. But you know, it was part of that football, or part of the season all year. Has been that.
You know, equaling Ted's record, I sat on the bench for most of the game against Richmond, and we only got beaten not by a great deal. And I felt that I was really disappointed the way that day turned out, and I did feel like retiring, but I couldn't. I just wanted to break Ted's record.
And he did. Footscray's clash with Geelong was Dougie's day, the day Doug Hawkins became the game's record holder for his beloved Bulldogs. He's underneath it. Over the back was Darcy. Racing at its Grigich. Around the corner goes Ilya Grigich. Up in front of the goals. Thumped the ground. They race hard at it. Here's Atkins. Quick kick of goal. He's got it.
Credial to Liberatore. The hand pass is dangerous. Ablett lurking. Crash. Down goes Smith. Watts. Bit wide for Croft. The ball goes out of play. Riccardi. Prominent early. Hinkley. Brownless, within kicking distance, Billy Brownless. He is 55 metres out, and there's a strong breeze at his back.
Well, I want to back him.
Ablett gives the lead, but if Billy kicks true to form, should go through it post height from here. He's onto it. A magnificent kick by Brownless.
He chips it wide to find Denny Southern. Here's the Hawk. Doug Hawkins to the roars of delight of the crowd. Centre wing, he's playing well, Mansfield. Away he goes. He looks for Ablett. Oh, look at Ablett flying and takes a ripper. Great mark, Gary Ablett. Now, can Ablett convert from 30 metres? 2 men on the mark. Ablett stabs. It's close. He might have kicked this one, I think. Yes. Hooks it back. Collinwood has it thumped away by Hinkley. Hinkley still goes in after it. Here's a chance for the Bulldogs. As it's kicked by West. Oh, I think he might have kicked this. Great goal. Taps it. Looking for Bairstow. It's socket off the ground, though, towards the half-forward line. Darcy versus Luke Beveridge. Beveridge tries to boot it forward. Osborne went past the ball. Here's Beveridge. Onto Stanfield. Can he kick his second? Barry Stanfield. Grant. Oh, clears his head. This is a goal. Yes.
And with the breeze in this quarter, you'd reckon they'd have a big lead at half-time. Grant got underneath the ball. Atkins roving. Another one. Second to Simon Atkins.
Here he comes. Grant. Mansfield put his body in. That was good play. A good hand pass comes out to Collinwood. Collinwood around the corner. It's another one. Bulldogs on fire here at the Western Oval. You've got Ablett down there. Now Southern, the centre wing. Here's McGrath. Into Hinkley. Here they come. Bairstow. Where's Ablett? Ablett's lurking at the back. Now he leads. Can he get there? Yes, he can. That was a beautiful kick, Bairstow. Well, the Geelong champion. Now, is this his 800th, Ross?
Should be if he kicks it.
His 800th goal. Oh, look at the kick from Ablett. Right through the middle for goal number 800. Here's West. Liberatore. Oh, poor kick by Libber. Billy Brownless on the couch. Oh, they should be looking down there for Ablett. He's one out. He should kick it now. Bairstow. Ablett. Shepherding, and it's a goal to Mark Bairstow. Well played, Gary Ablett. So Hanley's doing all right on the ball. He's against Grigich. Grigich won that one. Oh, big chance, Collinwood here. He's got it. Steve Collinwood races in the goal, bends it back for a brilliant goal. That's his second.
Riccardi's kick to the 50. Brownless. Punch away by Southern. It gets to the back. A chance here for Tudor. Ablett in support. Tudor paddles. Couch is there. Oh, well done, Brewer. He took it goalwards and kicked it.
Grant will come from the back. Thumped away by O'Reilly. Costa is there. Steve McPherson races in the goal. Oh, top goal.
Is that a sight for the Bulldogs fans?
Costa underneath it. Oh, this game has really picked up in tempo. Tanner gets it to Bairstow. Bairstow up high. Brownless is there. Ablett comes from the front. Now Darcy races in the goal, and Tim Darcy has slammed it through. Here he is. Ablett, use of the body. Pretty a magnificent mark. Chippy across in front of the champ.
Well, he's played superbly on Gary Ablett. 6 marks, 12 possessions, Steve Credior. Here's Steve McPherson playing his first senior game of the year. And how well he did that. Atkins back to McPherson. Super. What a pass to the half-forward line. And Collinwood marks. Wide open forward line. He puts it out in front of Costa, who takes the mark and kicks the goal.
Barnes tries to grab it out of the ruck contest. Wallace gets it to Atkins. Good play by Atkins and a clever kick. Now Richard Osborne, well, he's a very long kick of a football. He'll go very, very close to this, Richard Osborne. Probably a little bit too far out, but it is a long kick. Oh, look at this! Torpedo, put right through the middle. A big kick by Osborne for his second. Huge kick. Cameron with a sweeping left foot kick. It's a good kick. Grigich again. Can't mark. Oh, there's a chance. Collinwood. Can he grab it? Yes, he can. He's trying to run around. He gets onto the right boot. Hooks it back. Will it get there? Brilliant goal, Steve Collinwood. And I think that's goodbye to the Cats.
Belted down by Hunter. It spills to Danny Southern. Southern gets it back from Steve Wallace. Well played by Southern. McPherson, hasn't he had plenty of the ball since he's been out there? The kick to the forward line. Grant! person's racked up 16 possessions in less than 2 quarters. Doug Hawkins started the game on the bench. He came on at the 17-minute mark when Smith was injured. Now here's Grant to really wrap it up. Oh, how do you like it, Footscray supporters? Punched down by Hunter. Tanner goes back for the Cats. He's outnumbered 4-1 here. He's lost it. Atkins. Great kick by Atkins. Grant at the back. Front of the pack, Beveridge. Not a bad kick. Another one. There's the siren. And the Bulldogs have done it for Dougie.
There's only 1 point in it at the last change. The Dogs kicked 6-6 in the final term to stay in the 8.
He's going towards the crowd, and the crowd's come towards him, and he's being swamped.
Hawkins played a blinder against Geelong and was named best on ground.
Shake his hand, which is never a good quality in Dougie Hawkins.
Will Dougie get off the ground? That's the big question.
What a fantastic thing, because he's done more media this week than Bronwyn Bishop. And you'd reckon he'd come out on the ground just about tired from the build-up to this game, but he's been sensational. He's been cheered off the ground, as Ted Whitten was in his 321st. Doug Hawkins is in his 322nd to break the record.
Doesn't it make it better, too, when they win the game like that? And he played so well, Drew. He played a terrific game.
He was no passenger today, the veteran. Hawkins, 7 marks, 22 possessions.
Well, that's a given him votes, Drew. I thought he did very, very well. He had quality possessions, not only that, but just he used the ball very, very well. And he gave the players around him confidence, set up many attacking moves.
Yeah, I felt that, I come on pretty early that day. I come on midway for the first quarter and slotted straight in the half-back flank, which I do like playing, I must admit. And I suppose being the big day and, a lot of talk about Doug Hawkins being carried on the bench and, being looked after, nursed along and stuff like that. Really did fire me up a little bit. I really wanted to prove people that I could still play footy, and I think I did that.
We really went after them that day. We had to win it, and it was a big day for Footscray and for Doug particularly. And we got into a bit of trouble in the third quarter. They kicked 4 or 5 quick ones on us. We came back steadied, and it was Grigic again in the last quarter that generalled the situation across half forward that really just sent them back one after the other. And Danny Southern did a great job on Brownless that day. And we came out victors for the first time for a long, long time against Geelong.
Liberatore forces the ball forward for the Bulldogs. Up towards half forward. Good contest between Colin-Uke and Hassel. Picked up by Beveridge. His kick is not bad. Up towards full forward. Brilliant Grant. Goal to Colin-Uke. Well, he is a big kick. He did go to America to try out for that sort of caper. And this is an exceptional kick. It's a goal.
Regains his footing. Little kick out in the pocket. Atkins belted down. Might have taken a free. Pert charged hard at it. Then dropped it red hot. Stanfield goes off the ground. And now again. Gets his second in a couple of minutes. From wide out on the 50. A centering kick. Body work by Rocker. No mark. Front of the pack, Williams. Close. Great goal. A Western Jets recruit. 18-year-old. And just 18 this week. Stanfield on Grigic. Now Ilya Grigic, who filled in so well for Scott Wynd last week. Ilya Grigic, who's the second leading goal scorer at Footscray this year behind Chris Grant. Looking for his first score today. 25 metres out, gets it.
Back to Monkhorst. He's going to get caught. Don't try and beat a Liberatore tackle. I don't think you'll be the first man to ever do it if you get through. Atkins, the kick towards full forward, out in front of Grant. The bounce important. Tries to get past Pert. Able to get his right foot to it. Oh, magnificent! Kicks in, terrific. He waved him on, asked him to lead in there to Russell, kicked it to him, but Russell couldn't quite get it. Hunter kicks it back to Osborne. Osborne handball over the top. Good running from Scott West. His kick, rather ordinary by his standards, but terrific play by Colin. Gets it out to West. West runs up to the 50 and then unselfishly kicks it in towards full forward, where the mark is taken by Beveridge. Well, Beveridge is yet to kick a goal. He should kick this, and he does.
In there, free kick to Grant.
Well, there's nothing you complain about that one, because he did cock one a little bit earlier than that above the shoulder.
Goal square job. Beveridge! Nearly off the ground, Osborne. Eventually, Grigich. Well, they were lining up.
Kerrison's short kick. Chance for McGuan. He's trying to lift his side. They're flagging badly. Player running in support. Down on that left-hand side is Watson. And Watson is marked 50 metres from goal. And you would suggest just a little bit too far for Watson. He's going to take a shot for goal. He gets good distance with this kick. It's a goal. It's gone across the player's heads for a goal.
Only 3 teams had won more games than Footscray after the Bulldogs' good win over Collingwood at home. The low-scoring and physically demanding game was won by the midfielders, who got the Dogs off to a good start. They held the lead at every change to move back into 5th spot.
Grant offering a lead, and Osborne. He's got a choice of 2. Gets Grant.
Well, that was a beautiful kick, just speared it in, and there was Chris Grant on the end of it.
Gee, this will make it tough for Collingwood. They've started each quarter well. Goal. Away to Costa. Kick by Costa, wide for the hook. 30 metres in the clear. Listen to the crowd. He goes for Grant and gets it. Well, that is perfect, Dougie. You'll do me some. Grant centering kick. Reynolds takes another mark. 5 marks to Keenan Reynolds. Another nail for Collingwood.
Footscray 13-9-87. Collingwood 7-13-55. And Dougie Hawkins, I'm sure, seeking out Tony Shaw in his record-breaking game.
You know, we had Geelong, we've done Essendon, we had Collingwood here, and you know, to come out against them, and they were playing pretty good football. It was probably one of our hardest games of the year against Collingwood here. Physically, our players were very, very sore on the Monday. We put a lot of physical, you know, effort into the game, as well as, you know, our normal football. And you know, I remember talking to the players on the Monday, and they found it the hardest game up until this point.
Schenko and Grgic again. McPherson, good take by McPherson. Quills, long ball to full forward. It's going to get right to the square, bouncing ball, goal! Unbelievable!
Footscray didn't feel like the underdogs going into the Friday night match against the Nocturnal Roos, and led at half-time by 9 points.
Not too much rain tonight. North Melbourne forced the ball up towards their half-forward area, taken by Carey. A good kick too under the circumstances. Now Grant is 60 metres from goal. The player on the mark is just outside the 50-metre line. He's kicked to the square. Taken by Osborne. Great play, Richard Osborne. Goal, Bulldog.
Centre half forward, not a bad kick either. Grant worked his way to the front cleverly. Osborne got hung on to for a moment. Then works the ball in front of him. Archer with him, still with Osborne. Well played. Left foot for goal. He's got it. What a goal. Brilliant. A good one for Cameron. It should sit. It does. His handball over the top was very good to Stanfield. At about 90 metres, centering kick. Target was Osborne. Oz to Collingwood. Here's a goal. Footscray in front. He's good at that, Collingwood.
Once again, North Melbourne stars shone under lights. Footscray slipped to 8th on the ladder, just ahead of Collingwood on percentage.
Kicks in towards full forward. In the Longmire direction. He's up and he's up and he's up. Johnson is there for Footscray, and a very good pickup too. Oh, skillfully gets past and then delivers with the left foot. Quill picked off the ball that had been touched off the foot. Stanfield has taken the mark, and he will kick Footscray into attack.
And they've moved Big Grigich into the square. McKernan's come down onto him.
Here's Grgic in the action now, Jared. A big grab and a terrific mark.
Well, that's good coaching from Footscray.
This occasion he's going to kick from about 40 metres. A score is important. A good kick. He's got it. McKernan gets himself into a good position. Blakey with a chance to score. He has. He's kicked the goal. North back in front. 10 goals to 3 in the second half and 6 to 2 in the last quarter. Atkins, very poor match from him. Now Hawkins gets it at 45 metres, goes on the left foot and kicks a goal. Dougie kicking a goal late in the match.
The bounce back in the centre. It's taken now by Croft. Gives away a little bit of ground. Cameron's had a few touches in this last quarter. His left foot kicked towards full forward. Grant interfered with. Quill will get the goal anyway. Peter Quill's now kicked 3.
You know, I think it's a great venue to play footy, and we were happy to go there. You know, they were firing, but it was the 3 players, you know, which was Carey, Longmire, and McKernan particularly, and you know they kicked virtually 9 goals between the 2 of them, and we didn't have it up the other end, and that's where we fell down that night, and we went down by 20 points.
Here's Grigich. Well, Wren was caught away from the play then. Cameron onto the left boot, brings it into Richard Osborne. Oh, good lead and a beautiful kick by Cameron. I don't want to moz him, but he is a great kick of a football, Richard Osborne. Fairly windy, so won't be easy, but from 45 metres out to the right, tries to swing it back, and he does so. A beautiful kick for a goal.
Any thought the Crows had of scoring their first win in Melbourne at the expense of the Bulldogs was quickly dismissed. Footscray went into overdrive and belted their opposition by 84 points. The midfielders hitting Chris Grant on the chest with pinpoint accuracy. Grant was best on ground with 7 goals.
Kicks it goal and drills it right through the middle.
The final siren, Footscray 17-16, 118 to Adelaide 4-10, 34.
Grant and Osborne have got a goal each already. They combine. Have they got one between them? They have. That's through. That's a goal.
Now, Grant's on the lead here. Oh, look at Wren getting into that hole at half-back. Good play, Sean Wren. Intelligent football. Now, he's transferring play. This mightn't be so intelligent if it doesn't come off. And that's exactly right. It was a dangerous kick right from the start then. And Grant has marked, but it was a poor kick by Wren. Chris Grant kick for his 3rd from about 51 metres directly in front. Will it clear the pack? Yes, it will. A 3rd goal to Grant.
Smart, Anderson, Grant lost it. It's tough out there in the clinches. Down they go. And the free kick holding the ball.
That is a disgraceful decision.
I don't think he even had the ball.
You have a look. He's battling his heart out. It's held to him.
I don't think he really had control of the ball. Then it was on the back of the Footscray player.
Ridiculous.
Ricketts takes the kick. Croft, Pittman, Southern, Reynolds, snap, and goal! Great kick!
The real cult figure out here at the Western Oval. Southern, good play to get it to the pocket. He was looking for Beveridge. He waits. Good play by Grant, but he took the ball over the line. A free kick. Free kick to Grant. So Grant way out there at half forward. It's kick 3. He's on the boundary line. Oh, that is a magnificent kick. What about that? Smothered off the boot by Scott Lee. Here's a chance for Adelaide. They need McInnes to fire. Oh, McInnes' handball straight to Quill. Look at this. Grant's going to mark now. You like that, Don Dare?
Oh, I don't like it, but I mean, it's a fact of game. It's a fact of this football.
Well, here's Chris Grant. Kicking, will it clear the pack? I don't think so, or did it? Yes, a goal! Back socket off the ground.
Rashudo got half back now.
Oh, Rashudo ran through Quill. And the umpire paying the advantage. Here's Cameron.
Well, obviously they're showing a bit now because Pittman laid somebody out and so did Rashudo.
Well, here's Grigich. Going towards Croft. Croft from 45 metres set sail for home. It's not a bad kick. Oh, well played, Footscray. Nigel Smart tries to tap it to ground. Croft hits it out to Wallace. That's good play. As the time clock ticks down towards 3/4 time, Luke Beveridge has got it. Oh, Grant. He should mark this, Chris Grant. Yes, this is a gimme. He read it better than Pittman. Well, 5 goals Chris Grant has kicked. He's directly in front. Stabs. Goal number 6, Chris Grant. There's the kick. Cameron versus Hart. 2 great young players. And Cameron with beautiful judgment to take that. That was really a good... He's been a great player today, Cameron. Look at the kick, 65 metres. Red. Oh, Grigic! Oh, just about to call Red to take the mark, and Grigic flew over the top of Red. Directly in front, 30 metres, kicks and goals.
This is where Footscray have been cutting them up at midfield. West spears the pass in, not well directed. But again, weight of numbers. Beveridge bombs away. Grant in the goal square.
And Grant.
So Grant for goal number 7. Point blank range and kicks it. In front, or in behind was Grant. West off the ground. Past McDermott. Oh, snapshot by West. Great goal. Broke it superbly.
And Grigic, almost a free kick to Wren. He copped one around the neck. Ingerson is there. Oh, here they come again as they race into goal. Is that Johnson? Johnson has kicked a ripper.
The team was going really well in it, and that was probably one of the games where they delivered the ball a couple of times just spot on. And, you know, even when I was hot, I had the full-back right on me. They were still able to hit me with the ball, so that sort of made my job a lot easier. But, I mean, some games feel really good. I mean, you're able to kick them from anywhere at some stage, and it was just one of those games, I suppose. I was pretty lucky.
Pretty scrambly start to the match. This is West. Kicks from a standing start up towards the forward pocket. Grant and Frawley. Grant going for his second mark. Beveridge goes at goal, should get it from there. 10 metres out and closing, and kicks it.
The Saints had nothing to play for, but were looking for some morale-boosting wins. Richard Osborne matched Tony Lockett's 5 goals, but the Dogs had several other goal kickers.
Osborne, 35 metres out, goes with the left foot. Very good kick.
Croft had the ball, plays a good hip and shoulder. Ralph Smith comes at him, kicks towards half forward. Good defence by Frawley on Grant. This should be a goal to Beveridge, his second. He kicks it.
Hollow knocks it forward, goes again. Peckett, well played, but the hand pass untidy. West gets it across to Croft. Croft from 25 metres out gets another one for the Bulldogs.
Pekin pinned. Liberatore, off the ground, but not a good option. Grigic, Cameron, he was nearly pinned as well. Best and fairest winner from Footscray goes at goal. It bounces through and he's kicked it.
Burke was one of them, but eventually McPherson's got it. Little chip pass to Johnson. Johnson towards the pocket, and Chris Grant on the lead. Hard ball on the outer side, and Footscray did best. Grant going at his second from right on the 50. It'll take a good kick. That is a good kick.
West making position. Southern, West to Southern. How about that? So Southern from left half forward. Oh, he's been watching Douglas. Kicks to Osborne. Plenty of space. Clear of Peckett. Goes long. Get back him to kick these, and he does. Well done, Aussie. Great goal. Lockett on the burst from Reynolds. And he's got pretty good speed. Bowie was playing a loose man in defence in the second quarter. Oh, courage needed there, and O'Brien had plenty.
Yeah, great mark.
Footscray put the pedal down in the last term, booting 5, and keeping St Kilda to just 2 points.
Osborne surrounded, off hands and falls behind. Osborne did very well in a tight situation. Still he goes, wheels around, snaps. That's a magnificent goal. What a beauty. David Grant kicks in. Some risk involved there. Osborne comes away with it, snaps from 40. Good-looking effort. That's 5. Grigic in front, content to fist it on. Knocked on cleverly by Beveridge into the path of Cameron. Cameron deep in the pocket, pulls it back. Normally he's a chance from there. And that's a magnificent goal. The best of the afternoon.
Beveridge running with the flight of the ball. He's got support from Osborne, who loves these. Inside 50. Doesn't go at goal. Gets it to Johnson, who fumbles. He could still kick one, though. 10 metres out, and he's put it through. Johnson gets the goal. He'll be going over to Osborne.
Well, it was going out to Waverley and with nothing to lose, St Kilda's situation, everything to lose as far as we're concerned. It was going to be a very important game for us, and it was one of those that we just had to win. And the players really, in their professional manner, they'd started to put the game together. Our overall plans that we'd set early in the year, our goals we'd set, was now starting to come to fruition, and it was a good win out there.
Cameron gathers it, one of the fancies for the Brownlow medal, and there is a Brownlow medalist, Liberatore. Kicks it long towards full forward. Grant couldn't take the mark. Under pressure, Voss, taken away now by Beveridge, gets back onto his right foot, could nearly score a goal here, Luke Beveridge. Loves this situation, laps it up and gets the first goal.
The Bears' prospects of hosting its first finals match were looking plausible. And Brisbane turned on a tropical day for the tourists.
Over the head of Beveridge, who kicked the first goal this afternoon. Grant's got it. Quick hand pass. Johnson into the open goal, but he's kicked straight into the man in front of him. That was Hamilton. They will get a goal. That's Beveridge, who kicks his second.
Away to Lehman. The kick towards half forward, taken by Voss. Very skillfully gets it now to Fletcher. Fletcher towards full forward. Merritt at the back, and he's got it. Goal kickers for Footscray. Grant's kicked 2, Beveridge has kicked 2, Osborne has kicked 1, and for the Bears, Merritt is their sole goal kicker. The ball comes to Ashcroft. Ashcroft kick in towards full forward. Gathered there by Lehman. Lehman's snapshot is quite miraculous. It's a goal. Leading champion a merry dance, but champion's got him by the jumper. Grant's handball finds Johnson. Johnson's kick will be marked well by Croft. Croft just pinching half a metre to improve the angle and then kicks the goal. Good work there by Beveridge, trying to get it back into the path there of Johnson. Buse gives away ground, but it's brilliantly picked off by Johnson. Johnson's kick into the path of Cameron was quite magnificent, and if this is a goal for the Bullies, give that young boy Johnson a pat on the back.
So Grigic and Burke. Good battle between that pair. Gastev takes the hand pass onto Kennedy. A great kick. Voss punches clear. Hart, who kicked the last goal. Corcoran goes at him. Can he kick another one with the left foot? He can! Great goal!
Lappin misses it. Grigic, geez, a talented man for about 6'7" or whatever he is. Gets it to Cameron. Cameron's kick. This is not a bad shot at goal, and the mark has been taken by Grant, and he gets his third.
He's been good this quarter. Goes out wider. Kennedy again. His father Des was a pretty good kick. And that's no exception. Oh, great mark, Roger Merritt. Burke and Stanfield now back on the ground. Stanfield takes it. Boy from Fish Creek, good kick. But it's into space at left half forward. Leslie, oh, he should have taken that one. Osborne might make him pay the ultimate price. He can often kick these. That's a great snapshot. Oh, has he kicked that? Yes. An amazing goal. Goal of the day. Hacked off the ground. Liberatore a chance. Flips it up for his teammate down there in Johnson. He gives it away. Cameron moving okay. A little short, chip shot down to Chris Grant. Leads out well and takes the mark. He'll kick from right on 50. Chris Grant for his 5th. It's a wobbler, and it looks pretty good from here. It's there. Against Wallace. Didn't have much hope there. McAdam. Well, he'll be keen to make amends. Couldn't get into the play early in the game. Voss.
Got to get a goal out of this if they're to win the game.
Sean Hart. Runs very close to the man on the mark, which put him closer to about 50.
Is that chance?
Bad kick. Oh, Robert.
He gets the hand pass for Lambert. Lambert goes back to the centre of the ground. Burke has it. A little kick by Burke finds McAdam. Who has McAdam got? Gastev, but further down is Lehman. And Lehman is marked within scoring distance. And if he kicks this, there's one kick in it. Lehman's shot for goal is good.
The difference is 4 points, which is what it was at three-quarter time. Can they manufacture something out of this? Big Kennedy, snapshot, Bears in front, it's a goal, and they are! And Croft this time puts it out in front. Big Grigic, can't take the mark. Chance for Costa, unloads it quickly. Cameron kicks the goal, Footscray in front.
Costa couldn't get through, he's still a chance. Now he's clear, Costa, and he kicks it straight towards the goal. Contest, punched away, McIver Hawkins is going to get it. He will seal it. Dancing Daggy's got the goal. And with 2 minutes left, the Bulldog boys are pretty happy.
Well, I could just feel that, you know, it was my last chance to play finals, and I knew quite well if we didn't beat the Brisbane Bears, it was going to be all over. So that last couple of minutes, I was playing on Johnny Gastead, who I've had some great tussles with over the years, and the ball just came over the side of the pack, and I picked it up and ran it open goal, and nearly cleaned the goal umpire up with a shirt front. he'd got him in the road, as a matter of fact. I nearly cleaned him right up and kicked the goal, which sort of made the difference, I think. And there was the opportunity of playing finals again, which was was going to be fantastic.
Chris Grant been in terrific form now. He's centering this ball, hoping someone can take a mark. They can't with Steve Phoebe trying to get in a hand pass. Here's a quick goal by quick kick by Kevin Bulldogs.
A crucial match for both sides, with the loser dropping out of the 8.
Half forward, Charles is there. It's given across. Back it comes to Brett Love, and he's grabbed when he didn't have it. Umpire called play on. Charles, he gives it back also. Further field. Todd Viney. Here's Tingay. An open goal. Steve Tingay kicks. Oh, he's kicked the ripper. Charles has got 50 metres to run. 2 bounces. Should centre it to the top of the square. He does just that. Can someone take a mark? It's 2-on-1. It's tapped down by Schwartz. Danny Southern ducks the head, puts his body in. Andy Lovell is there. Gary Lyon picks up, and he's made amends, and he's slammed it through for another goal to Melbourne. Gary Lyon, a big chance for Lyon. He tries to duck back and grab it. Oh, he's the chance. He's got Obbs. He's dragged off the ball. Umpire calling play on. Oh, Obbs, well done. He gets it to Pike. Pike turns round and goes bang. He's goal.
Schwartz again over the top. Was that a throw? Crowd says yes. Dyson. Lyon and Krediuk. Lyon too tall, too strong. A difficult shot though with the wind as it is. Gee, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's there. It's a goal. Let's see what he can do. Former VFA star with Oakley. Into the square. Snapshot. Lovell. Has he got it or has he missed? It's close. It's there. Goal. Great kick.
Dropped by Neitz. It was a difficult one. Steve McPherson used his body well. Well played by Beveridge. Liberatore from 30 metres on the right foot. Will it clear the pack? Oh, well played, Libber. He's kicked a good goal.
Hunter a chance. He fumbles. Dyson's there as well. West again now. Matthew Phoebe. Left foot snapshot. One-on-one duel here. Lyon takes the hand pass, kicks a goal. And statistically backing that up, they've kicked 1 forward at 2 goals in this quarter. Can they get another one here? Atkins doesn't usually fumble. Looks for West, a little bit too quick for him. He tries to bend it back. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's a goal.
Well, now the margin's only 6 points after a brilliant goal by West. Good play, Dyson, crashing his way through centre. He's looking for Lyon. Oh, good mark, Gary Lyon.
He's at their back. Not a good decision at the moment.
And Lyon kicks on. Look at that, right through the middle.
Kicks to half forward. A marking contest inside 50. Now Footscray can make something of this. West gives it to Atkins. 25 metres out, kicks the goal.
Forward, West couldn't take the mark. He races after it with Osborne. Osborne onto the left boot. Centres it to Grant and Croft. Oh, Croft nearly got in his way. Chris Grant from directly in front. 40 metres. Kicks and goals. Grigic can't quite hang on to it. Oh, look at that. We almost ended up with it, Grigic. Tap back. Here's West. Danger for Melbourne here because Grant, good use of the body, Chris Grant. Oh, great play by Grant. Races into goal. Brilliant play by the full forward. There's Grigic. Grant at the back. Oh, here's a goal coming up. West, an open goal. Yes. And he belts it through for another one.
Grant and Lyon dominated their respective forward lines, but the Footscray midfielders took control in the third quarter, keeping Melbourne to 1 point while putting on 5 goals. The 40-point win gave the Dogs third spot on the ladder.
Footscray goal. Taken by Grant. Great play by the full forward. I'll go to Perth next week. Maybe they can knock off the Eagles as well. Here's Scott West racing in the goal from 40 metres. Will the wind bring it back? Yes, it will. Great play by the little half forward. Another goal.
What we had to do, we had to beat Melbourne here to get into to hold our position in the 8. And you know, the players during the week, we worked on it pretty heavily in here with them individually and out in the training track. And you know, it was you know, half time it was up for grabs, and from that point onwards we went after them, and you know, we finally ended up having a very good performance against them, which gave us that right to you know, finally to stay in the 8.
Is left footer. It's close.
This is a match that will be talked about for years to come. Not so much for the standard of play, but for the now infamous half-time melee.
Back with the man, Costa, and Costa snaps for a goal.
Put it down to Grant. Gets in a hand pass. Wayne Waring's had plenty of touches. An ordinary hand pass towards Heady. Oh, shirt front. Hip and shoulder by Steve Wallace, and he got Brett Heady right down the middle. And that hurt.
Yeah, I know, but Heady knew he was coming, didn't protect himself very well at all. Courageous effort to go for the footy, but you've got to look after yourself.
And there's the siren for half-time, just as Brett Heady is receiving treatment just inside the boundary line. And he doesn't look too good, Brett Heady. And the Footscray players came from everywhere to congratulate Steve Wallace for this one. A totally fair hip and shoulder.
Oh, it's on.
There's a bit of a blue on here at the moment.
That's
players coming from everywhere. And that is the sort of thing that might spark up Footscray. They need something like that. It was fair, but Heady is going to be carried onto the stretcher. But this is looking ugly at the minute.
Well, the Eagles players, well, both sides would be stupid to get too involved here because finals coming up.
Well, in that, Grigich lost his Guernsey altogether.
It's silly the way players charge in from 100 metres away, isn't it?
The AFL probe has already begun. Investigation Officer Max Croxford spent today viewing exclusive Channel 7 vision, interviewing
8 players, 5 Eagles and 3 Bulldogs were charged on trial by video by the AFL. Footscray successfully taking the unprecedented step of applying for a Supreme Court injunction to prevent the tribunal suspending any of the Bulldogs on the eve of the final against Geelong. All players got off except Danny Southern, who was fined $10,000. West Coast accused Doug Hawkins of starting a brawl.
Like I call a brawl, I can remember the Tigers and Essendon out at Windy Hill. That's what you call a brawl. There was punches thrown left, right and centre in that one. Ours was more just a push and a shove and a show of strength. And for West Coast to come out to say that I was instigator, I must admit I was pretty disappointed about that. You know, I've been around footy a long, long time, and I suppose there was a code of silence, which is no longer around, which disappoints me a bit. And we all know what happened. We all know what happened. It wasn't me. It wasn't me this time, anyway.
Calling play on.
Unfortunately, the altercation didn't upset the Eagles' rhythm. They won the match by 71 points.
Good goal, Matera! Brilliant goal! Oh, can he play football, this bloke?
They beat us convincingly on the day. We just couldn't handle, you know, the situation over there at all. And it's again, you know, Footscray never won in Perth, and you know, we worked on it. I think we put a lot of emphasis into the Melbourne game emotionally, and we'd achieved that. And I think the plug pulled the water out of the bath after a while, and you know, there wasn't much left in us to go over there. But not making excuses, the West Coast played very well, but you know, we had to return from that to come back again to, you know, face the consequence of the next few weeks.
He'll send Footscray for the first time deep into attack, and a chance maybe for a score. Surely, Costa's kick looks good. They do.
Against all the odds, Footscray got itself together for the qualifying final against Geelong at the MCG under lights.
The siege from Bairstow, and that is magnificent.
In this first quarter, Barnes floats high. Where's Bairstow? Right there. And away they go again, down towards full forward. Trying to take it away with Hickmott. Almost finds Ablett, and he goes! What play!
They were 32 points down at quarter time.
The Bulldogs will be back in it. Here's Cameron, down towards Grant. Grant, oh, brilliant mark by Grant. That is a top mark against quality opposition. So Chris Grant will kick from a 45-degree angle. They need it. Oh, it starts to swing back to the sneak in for a goal. No, yes!
Somehow gets a kick down towards full forward. Brown forced to defend. Cameron does the roving work. Can he bend this one back? Around he comes. What a kick by Leon Cameron! Into the pocket they go. Reynolds and Colbert. Here's a snap. There should be a goal. Nigel Keller
hasn't done a lot. Hunter goes to ground. He's got to try and get in a hand pass. Back it comes to Wallace. Wallace always good in the crisis. Wings it to the centre of the ground. Keenan Reynolds in front again. Taken away by Nigel Callett. On the Cameron. He sprints clear. Leon Cameron. He's kicked the ripper.
They were 13 points down at half-time.
To do the ruck work. He floated in the first quarter as they consistently won it out of the middle. And here they go again. That's what happened. Bairstow to Ablett. Oh, what a mark.
Kenny Hinkley loves to sneak down and get a goal now and again as he brings it in towards the square. Danny Southern at the back. Well, he's doing well on Brownless. Here's a quick kick at goal. Pickering, I think. Here's Atkins, who played a good second term. Brings it towards half forward. The race is on. Chris Grant gets a cruel bounce. He's still got it. Tries to get in a hand pass. Here's Big Grigich. He's working hard. Callett, well played. Nigel Callett. Goal to the back. Johnson. Goal to the Bulldogs.
Kicking from 55 metres. Gee, it's a long drop punt. It's there.
He's doing well, so is Atkins. Atkins a long kick straight down the centre. He's looking for Osborne, almost a mark. Osborne with pace. Look at him go. Richard Osborne onto the left boot. Oh, that's a mark. Keenan Reynolds a goal. Bulldogs in front. Carney, it was Colbert in fact who gave it to him. Ablett and Creniel. Oh, poor bounce. Hickmott a chance. Onto the right foot. Goal to Geelong.
Attempted soccer off the ground goes nowhere. Pushed wide eventually by Nigel Callett. He's quick. Into the pocket, Leon Cameron, the little wizard. Gets it back again. They're deep into their forward zone. Over the top. West couldn't take the mark, but he recovers. Look at the battle for it. Osmond! What a goal, Aussie!
The North Melbourne player brings it wide to Hickmott. Hickmott wanting to play on. Oh, he's got himself into trouble. Gets
Look
in the
out.
hand pass. Oh, Colbert. They're going in very, very hard. Footscray. Here's a turnover, though, as Brewer receives from Bairstow. In towards Brownless and Ablett. Billy Brownless has taken a mark.
There's a Billy let out from the square there, and that's what's been lacking.
Southern has done very, very well. Billy Brownless has yet to score a goal. The Cats could do with this. He's a good kick. It's a beautiful kick. It's a goal.
The Dogs need a goal. They trail by 5 points. They've got the opportunity here as it sets sail in towards full forward. Brown fly. Osborne's left loose, and he goes!
2 points down at the last change and 1 point in front after the siren. But still, they didn't win. One man, Billy Brownless, robbed them of victory with a brilliant kick under great pressure.
You are king of Geelong! The monkey's off the back, Billy!
Yeah, it was disappointing, but this is footy. I think if you go through our whole season, you know, with the Collingwood game 3 points, we had Melbourne by 3 points, right? Richmond by 3 points our way. We had the Geelong game by a point, or a couple of points after the siren. You know, and this is what football's about, and it's cruel, it's hard, but you know, there's lessons all the way through this that, you know, the importance of. You know, all the things that go on in that 2.5 hours footy. The end kick doesn't win it. It wins it for the opposition, but it doesn't, you know, have the effect of what goes on during the game. It's so important that everything is kept, you know, as tight as possible during a game, so that sort of thing doesn't happen.
What a way to do it, but Big Billy Brownless, 45 yards out, kicks it straight through the middle and gives them victory. And matter of fact, that was one of my saddest feelings I felt, because, you know, I felt that if we played Carlton, we could have got away with Carlton out at Waverley, and who knows what could have happened from there.
I suppose we thought there was a couple of minutes, but when the siren went and he was lining up, I mean, it was just like a nightmare. I suppose it's every person's nightmare. I remember I was a Carlton supporter when I was young, and Malcolm Blight kicked the goal after the siren that beat us, and I thought I'd hate to be in that position if I was ever playing, and it's bloody happened, and it turned out that it was in a final, so it was disappointing. That's probably one of the things that'll stick out for us, but I suppose it's just a disappointing final series for us. I suppose it shattered our confidence after that, and against Melbourne, I suppose it showed a little bit, and we got pumped. So.
Towards centre half forward, Brett Lovett
With several key Bulldogs injured, the Footscray machine ground to a halt against Melbourne.
But goodbye Liberatore. Ball spills for Gary Lyon. Spins out of trouble and kicks the first goal of the game.
The Demons ran rampant, winning along the corridor, particularly at full forward, where Gary Lyon kicked 10 goals.
Can he get the hand pass clear? He can. Irving, shot for goal by Dean Irving. There's another Melbourne goal.
Yeah, we beat them twice. We beat them at the MCG and we beat them here. And then, coming into the final, and, we had a very poor day. We lost, obviously, not making excuses again, but during the season we had a slow, drag out of the side continually, and against Melbourne we had 8 senior players that couldn't play. We had a complete ruck division that was out, in both Scotty White and Ilya Grigic, and Sexton, Ellis. We lacked height to cover the Swartz and the line, and that we were forcing players to play tall all year, and in the end it just ran out for us, and those players that had just given so much just couldn't give any more.
But yeah, I felt that it would be a sad way to go out of football after 17 years, at Footscray Footy Club, and because I had my heart set on playing finals this year, because that's what we all play for and train for, to play finals. And it did go from my mind, especially when that siren went at the end of the game at the MCG, and I felt this could be the last time that I might be involved with Footscray Footy Club to some degree anyway. I don't know what's going to happen if things do come around if I have to retire, but it was very sad. Yeah, it would have been very sad thought went from my mind.
There's a lot of planning, going into at this stage of where we're going. We've got to do a lot in the weight room that hasn't been done here before, and we're looking at the physical structure of all our players and mental preparation and our whole training program to prepare ourselves for next year, because once again, with a new side coming in, extra interstate games, and the pressure will be on again. The tightness of the competition, we've seen that now in the finals, with sides winning by kicks, just one kick in the last few seconds of a game. So our preparation has got to be spot on.